Hello everyone. Ayan. Hello everyone. I'm using the channel of Ilong Vlogger in Kuwait. Ito po ang inyong gurong vlogger ng Kuwait. And magre-review po tayo. Okay, magre-review po tayo ng oral communication sa grade 11 students ng Philippine International English School. O, di ba? O, di ba? So, saan ang YouTube dito? Tignan natin yung YouTube. Kung ready na ang link. Ayan. So, wala pang viewers. Wala pa tayong viewers for 39 seconds. Okay, let's check our channel kung naka-live talaga tayo. Ayan. Off dito. So, bigyan na natin yung link sa kanila. Now, we're gonna wait for them. Sana merong mag-open. Okay. So far, wala pong nanonood. So far, wala pa. Wala pa. 1 minute na wala pa. Charot. Wala pa. Ganon. So, wala pa naman so far. Ayan, to say present guys so that I know who are inside now.
Ayan to. Say present guys so that I know who are in.
Look, ayan si Luke first. Yara, okay, Yara. So, Darius there present, sir. So, sige, we're gonna wait for the others yet. So, sino to? Sino si name? Okay. Dumarami na tayo. Jayan, Althea, si Josh, Dari, I mentioned well, Althea, si Hanayen, Sir Vika, si Jill. Okay. Who else are there? So, sanang monitor ko. Ayan. Magmo-monitor ko. Omar's there. So, we're gonna wait. So, how many are... So, pag naka-half na kayo, magre-review na ako. Ayan. So, Mark. Si Mark. Ayan. Sino si ano? Eater Pix. Jasor. Okay, Jasor. Jordan is there. So, okay. So, 13 are in. So, most likely, pag 15 or 16 na tayo, mag-start na ako. Bahala na silang mag-review ng kanilang sarili. Okay? Okay, Sandra is there also. Sandra. Sino pa? Okay, nandito na rin si Zane. Okay, nandiyan na si Gadon, si Charmy. Okay. So, I think mag-start na tayo. 15 na tayo. Nisa is there. Nisa. Okay. Nisa is there. Mag-start na ba tayo or antayin natin yung iba? Parang kawawa naman pag wala sila, then mag-start na tayo. Saan ko ba ilalagay itong monitor? Minomonitor ko kayo para alam ko. Para doble ang ano natin. Sige, kunin. So, don't forget to like. Then, guys, pwedeng pa-like naman tayo dyan. Ayan. This is not my channel. This is the channel of Ilong Vlogger ng Kuwait, my best friend, who turned to be a former teacher also in PICE. Elmer's there. Okay. Don't forget to like. Pag hindi pa kayo nakasubscribe dito sa channel ni Ilong Vlogger, subscribe na rin. Ayan. Kailangan lang niya ang watch hours, guys, kaya ginamit ko to. My watch hours in my personal channel is already approved. Ang kulang lang sa akin in my personal channel also is subscriber. I need 300 subscribers pa. Sa kanya kasi sobra-sobra ng subscriber niya. So baliktad, no? We're indifferent. Sa kanya kailangan niya ng watch hours, ako naman kailangan ko ng subscribers. Kaya yung pa sa charot. So, not the Gurong Vlogger. The Gurong Vlogger actually is the charity channel of our school. So most likely that's not my channel. Okay, I have my own personal channel. Okay. Start na tayo. Wait. Zaida is there also. So I need to speak in English because Zaida is there. I know just beside Zaida is her. Okay, so most likely Um, I'll open the ano, the gurong vlogger ng Kuwait. Dito na ako I will monitor you here in the gurong vlogger ng Kuwait. Okay. Yeah. Saida and Sardar po. Okay, okay, okay. No problem. So don't forget to like, okay? Don't forget to like. Ivor Chris is there also present, sabi ni Ivor Chris. Okay. So let's start now. Let's start with identification first. Start with identification. So if you know the answer, guys, if you know the answer, then most likely tell the answers, okay? Just mention the answers. So there are three sets of identification. The first question is, it is the most important element, the reason why we communicate. So what is the important elements in communication? So this is the most important element, and the reason why we communicate. What's the answer? Arthea, okay. Kyra is there. Sirunas. So what's the answer, guys? It is the most important. Princess is present also. It is the most important element and the reason why we communicate. Is it social interaction? No, it's not social interaction. The most important in communication, ano yung pinaka-important? What's the most important in communication? It is the, is it in, no, it's not information. No, it's not. Message, okay? It is the message who is, it is the most important element is the message. The one that you're very good, Yara, okay? Princess claim it's message, Yara claim it's message, okay? The answer is message, okay? That's the most, Josh also claimed it's message. O baka meron pa, are there other, ay, bakit massage? Josh, ba't massage? Charot lang. Hindi, check, he check his, ano, his own, ano, Mrs. Spell massage. Natakot naman ako. The most important element why we communicate is massage. Anyway, niloloko mo naman kami, Josh. Next question. It is the one who received the message. It is the one who receives the message. It is the one who receives the message, and that is what? Of course, it's obvious it's the listener. Very good. Listener. Sabi ni Yara, listener. Josh said listener. Dari said listener. Althea said listener. Princess. No, it's listener. Sabi ko dito, it's the one who receives. So sabi ni Princess, because the one it receives is the receiver. Yeah, it's true. But the one who receives is the listener. Who's she, you? She, you. Ay, it's ano to, character ng ano yata, anime. It's an anime character. Am I right? It's an anime character. Pero sino si Shiyu? Ah, si Hanayen. Okay. Si Hanayen. Next, number three. Number three question. These are the means by which the message is sent. So meaning it's plural form. So these are the means by which the message is sent. Channels. Very good, Yara. So it's channels. Yara claimed Yara. Then Dara said channel. Then sino si Etherpixel. It's ano to. Channel, sabi niya. Josh said channel. Ay, parang awan nyo na, you need to change your YouTube channel in your own name. Diyos ko po, may mga code names. So channels. Then Elmer claim it's channel. Very good. It's the answer is channels. Okay, the answer is channels. Next, number four question. It is the only way the speaker knows that the message has been received. It is the only way the speaker knows that the message has been received. Response. Sabi niya, it's response. Very good. It's response. Yara, it's response? Yes, it's response. Althea, no. The answer is response. Dari, correct. Response. Althea, yeah, it's Kira. Response. Very good. So the answer, guys, is response. Please take down notes. Please take down notes. Okay, and please review your. I think these came from your first quiz, if I'm not mistaken. This is came from your first quiz. Okay, next question. Next question. Number 5. It is the result of monitoring by the speaker of the listener's response. Feedback. Bilis ah. It is the result of monitoring by the speaker of the listener's response. It's feedback. Very good. Althea, it's feedback. Very good. Dari, correct. Yara, correct. Josh, yeah, correct. And of course, the first one to mention it's si Z Gaming. Oh, di ba? It's code name. So number 6. It is any barrier to communication. It is any barrier to communication. It is any barrier to communication. Noise. Sabi niya, it's noise. Okay. Okay, very good. It's noise. The answer is noise. Communicate. No, it's not communicative situation. Etherpixel, Jassar, noise. Very good, Jassar. Okay. So, ang nakakuha is si Dari. Correct, noise. Althea also. Si, but Althea Kira, Althea, hmm, bonggang name. It's really meant to be. Charot. Okay, next. Noise. I'm noisy now here. Next, number 7. It compasses the use of language, the words that are chosen, and the facial expression, gestures, and bodily movement used together to clearly impart the message. So, what do we call it? Compasses the use of language, the word that are chosen, and the facial expressions, gestures, and bodily movement used together to clearly impart message. Non-verbal and non-verbal dimension. Very good. Verbal and non-verbal. I think this is the report of Yara kasi. Verbal and non-verbal dimension. Very good. The answer is verbal and non-verbal dimension or non-verbal dimension. So princess, non-verbal communication. It's both verbal and non-verbal princess. Yara got the correct answer. Okay, next. It is the use of words to share information with other people. It is the use of words to share information with other people. It is the use of words. How do you call that when you use words? Ayun, tama na. That's verbal communication. Okay, Dari is correct. Verbal communication. Althea, verbal communication. Gerald, verbal communication. Josh, correct. Dari, correct. Yeah, verbal communication. Okay. Kyra, communication. What kind of communication, Kyra? It's verbal. Yeah, sinagutan niyo pa rin. Verbal communication po. Okay. So there are 10 students who are not yet here. Just, anyway, I send the link. Pero i-close ko rin yung link later. Ha. I will, after this, I will make it as ano siya, unlisted. So you cannot check, you cannot enter anymore. Or maybe I privatize. O kawawa, hindi nag-review. Okay, so next, number 9. Number 8. Number 9. It is the process of sending and receiving message without using words, either spoken or written. Number 9. Sabi, it is the process of sending and receiving message without using words, either spoken. Sabi niya, non-verbal communication. Okay? Very good. It is non-verbal communication. Sabi kasi dito it's claimed sending and receiving messages without using words. So your what do you call this? The clue here is without, diba? Without using words. The other one while back is using of words or use of words. Very good. So we have here Althea, Dimapilis, Kira or Kyra, non-verbal communication. That meron ng JASAR ganun. Non-verbal communication JASAR. Ayun. Then non-verbal, very good non-verbal communication. Gerald, Josh, and Princess. Very good. Next number, it is the meticulous observation of the appropriateness in dress, language, and setting. It is the meticulous observation of the appropriateness in dress, language, and setting. Nag-static daw yung microphone ko. Uy. Wait, I'll check. Is it okay now? O bakit nagsumasagot sila? Charm, bakit sumasagot sila? Formal dimension. Formal? Hindi naman ako nag-stat. Ewan ko. I'm not sure. So, formal, is it formal dimension? It's a formal communication. It's a formal communication. You got the correct answer. Nag-ano ba? Static yung ano ko, guys? Can you tell me if it's nag-static ako? Sometimes po, sometimes. Okay. Sorry. Maybe, ano bang ginagamit ko na ano? Wait, I'll check. Okay, I'll change my ano. Paano ko ba papalitan? Sige, anyway, ano. Next, sometimes. I think this is all about the first part, the models of communication. In Eugene White's model of communication, what concept that did he introduce? What concept that he introduced? In Eugene White's model of communication, what are the two concepts that he introduced? It is feedback and what else? The other one. So it's the concept of feedback. Very good. It's the concept of feedback, which the response of the listener are as monitored by the speaker. Okay, so it's feedback, and of course, we have the response. So if there's the feedback, then there must be the response of it. Okay. So the concept of feedback, which is the response of the listener, are monitored by the speaker. Okay, I think this is in your quiz paper, right? So Cram's model transformation transform the message into what? So Scrum's model transforms the message into what? Into what does now the model of Scrum's signal? Okay, very good. Yara said it's signal. So Scrum's model transform the message into signal, which is passed from the source to the. So it passes now from the source to what? To so from signal now, then it passes now from the source to what? What area? It passes from the source to the blank to destination. Very good. Very good charm. Chime pala. Very good chime. Signal to destination. Okay, signal to destination. So in Aristotle's model of communication, it focuses in the speech on the message which is dictated by the what. So Aristotle's model of communication focuses in the speech or the message which is dictated by what? Dictated by message. Sabi ni Althea, para ito ba yung mali mo noon, Althea? Ito yung mali yata ni ano eh, ni Althea. It's not the speaker, ano, Jasar. Sabi ni Althea, yeah, yes po, it's my mistake, yeah. So, learned, natutunan na niya. Okay? So, of course, whose model is the telephone model? Who introduces the telephone model, should I say? Sorry. Who introduces the telephone model? Who introduces the telephone? Weaver, Shannon Weaver. Okay, Shannon Weaver. Very good. It's Shannon Weaver. Shannon and Weaver. Okay, Shannon and Weaver. Shannon Weaver. Shannon and Weaver. Okay, very good. So, tama lahat sila. From Zane to Altia to Yara, Josh to Jasar to Princess, Dari, Anayan, Shannon, and Weaver. Very good. Wait. Which initiates the communication process in the source or the encoder of the message? Which is the one that initiates among the what do you call this? The different, is it the speaker? Are you sure it's yeah, it's the speaker. The speaker. So the one who initiates the process of communication is the speaker. Definitely, if you won't talk to anyone else, then there's no initiation of. So let's see if you can just match this one. Anyway, I think this is easy. The matching type is if it's not synonym, it is the antonym. Okay, if it's not the synonymous of it, it's the antonym part of it. Okay, so I will not go over that. So let's have now the true or false. Just tell me whether the statement is true or the statement is false. Okay. Communication is not just mere transfer of message from one person to another. Is it true or false? So communication is not just mere transfer of message from one speaker to another. True or false? True. Okay, very good. So Althea, very good. That's correct. Communication is not just mere transfer. Okay. In your quiz yata, I told there communication is just the transfer of message. So it's not just merely transfer. So the answer is true. Maingay yung lata ng ano. Okay. So it is also involves a listener imparting ideas, concepts, and data to the group of speakers. True or false? Communication also involves a listener imparting ideas, concepts, and data to the group of speakers. False, kasi baliktad siya, di ba? It's the other way around. So the one that involves is the speaker imparting ideas and concepts and data to the group of listeners. So it's inverted, so it's false. Okay, the second statement is false. So so communication involves then speakers imparting ideas, concepts, and data to the group of listeners. So the answer is false because the question was communication involves a listener imparting ideas, concepts, and data to the group of speakers. So that's false. Any communication involves a transaction. True or false? Any communication involves a transaction. Sabi ni Dari, it's true, it's true, it's true. Altia said it's true. Jasar, true. Princess claimed it's true. Okay, it's true. Very good. Altia is true. Next, communication is stirring up ideas in the mind of others. So, communication is stirring up ideas in the mind of others. Sabi ni Zane, true. Altia, true. Chaim, true. Anayan, true. Elmer, true. Yara, true. Jasar, true. Ano to, Josh? Ano yan? T-U-U, true. T, true. Okay, Princess, true. Very good. The answer is true. Okay? Parang hindi ko nakikita yung mga iba. Sabi ni Chaim, true. True, true. Ano ba yan? Are you using phones? Maybe they're using phones. Autocorrect. Autocorrect. Okay, next. Next. Communication. Sorry pala. Mali pala ako. The first and earliest model of communication is that of Wilbur Scrum. True or false? The first and earliest communication model of communication is that of Wilbur. So what's the earliest communication so far? What's the earliest model of communication? If it's false, then what is the earliest model of communication? Aristotle, very good, Dari. Very good. Aristotle. Althea, very good. Princess, very good. Yara, very good. Dari, yes, very good. Josh, Chain, very good. It's Aristotle's model of. So at least take note, therefore, that's the first and earliest model of communication. It's not of Wilbur Scrum, but it's for. It is Aristotle's. Okay, Aristotle's model of communication. True or false? Wilbur Scrum focuses on the speaker and the listener. So Wilbur Scrum model of communication focuses on the speaker and the listener. True or false? False, because it's within pa rin on Aristotle's model of communication. Very good. Darius said false. Josh said false. Jasar said false. Kayar said false. Princess false. Althea, Kiara, false. Okay. Chaim, false. Okay. Next. Shannon and Weaver's model of communication recognize the noise that can interfere in the sending and receiving of message. True or false? Shannon and Weaver's model of communication recognize the noise that can interfere the sending and receiving of a message. Sabi ni true, Princess true, Yara said true, Josh said true, Dimapili said true. Okay, very good. Althea said true. Yes, it's true. Okay, the answer is true. Okay, Shannon and Weaver's model of communication asserts that the setting dictates the message. True or false? Sabi niya, the setting dictates the message daw. Sabi ni Luke, it's true. Maybe that's the first question. Next is, Shannon and Weaver's model of communication asserts that the setting dictate the message. Is it true? Are you sure it's true? It's in on Shannon and Weaver's model of communication. It's false, 'di ba? It does not assert the setting and dictates the speaker and the listener. Sorry, the message should I say. So it's false. It asserts, so Shannon and Weaver models does not assert the setting dictates the message. It's false. Okay, the answer is false. Next, Eugene White's model of communication tells us that communication is circular and continuous. True or false? Eugene White's model of communication tells us that communication is circular and continuous. It's true. Sabi ni Yara, yeah, it's true. Jasar said true. Kira said true. Josh said true. Princess said true. Dari said true. Jordan said true. Very good. So the answer is true. True. Okay. Uh, in Eugene White's model of communication points out that although we can assume that communication begins with thinking, communication can actually be observed from any point in the circle. Okay. Is it true or false? In Eugene White's model of communication points out that although, sabi ni Yara, it's true. Joshua said true. Josh said true. Jordan said true. True. Darius said true. Princess said true. Hanayan said true. Very good. Very good. Okay. Next. True or false? The best way to understand communication is to see it graphically. So if you say graphically, there must be the what do you call this? There must be the graphic representation of it. True. Sabi ni Althea, true. Sabi ni Jasser, true. Yara, true. Okay, very good. The answer is true. Okay. The best way to understand communication is to see it graphically. So that we can really see what kind of model of communication is it? Is it only just for the person sorry, the speaker and the listeners way of communication, that's telephone, or it could be circular and that's Eugene's White communication? Or we can just consider also the noise, and that's the other's model of communication. Very good. Jill said true. Yes, it's true, Jill. You are right. Don't just use the question mark na. Charot. Okay, next. Next question. Communication comes about when the feedback is imparted as an information. So true or false? Communication daw comes about when the feedback is imparted as information. Sana ba tayo? Communication comes when the feedback is imparted as in false. Tama, Yara said it's false. So it does not impart as information because it's the message, diba, that imparted the information. It's false. So Joe said it's false. Very good. The answer is false. So communication comes about when the message is imparted as an information, not feedback. Okay? Next, it is a minimum of two persons are involved in the process of communication. One who delivers the message and the one who receives and understands the message. True or false? Sabi ni Jasar, true, 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 true. Okay, Jill said true. Princess said true. Yan, ganyan, Jill. It must be confidently beautiful with the heart. Trot. When trot man oy when trot true. So James said true. Truth. Ilocano girl. Okay, next. Where are we now? Okay. Miscommunication. Miscommunication can lead to total cessation of interaction. So sabi niya, miscommunication can lead to a total cessation of interaction. I think this is the one that it's uh so if you say cessation is the fact or the process of ending, okay, or being brought to the end of certain things. Sabi na communication can lead to the total ending of interaction. Is it true? Sabi ni Omar, yes, it's true. It's capital letter, true. Yes, it's truth. Jordan said truth. True? Okay. Sabi ni Chaim, true. Diba? True enough. Okay, true enough. It's true enough. So the answer is true. So miscommunication can lead to a total ending of interaction then. Cessation means end. Okay. On the other hand, proper communication is brought about the lack of awareness of the dimension of communication, especially those influenced by culture and gender. So it said that miscommunication can lead to total cessation of interaction. On the other hand, proper communication is brought about the lack of awareness of the dimensions of communication, especially those influenced by culture and gender. Sabi na false daw. Sabi, naging balon na siya. False. It's false. False. Very good. Waterfalls. O, di ba? Ang saya lang ng review na to. Ang saya lang. Okay, waterfalls. Very good. Baka ma-perfect yun na yung exam ko mamaya. Oh my God. Kailangan mag-iwan ako ng konti dito. Mag-iwan ako para false. O, di ba, Jill? False. Yes, it's false. Omar, it's false. As we should. As we should. False information. Perfect for all. Charot. Tignan ko lang kung pa-perfect. Let's see if we can perfect. Pag ito pa hindi nyo na, wag na mern. Wag na mern. Kaya nga 'di ba, mga the 10 items I will not let you review the 10 items. Of course naman, okay? I will not review you the 10 items. Okay? I will not review you. Oh, there are other nationalities here. I hope Sardor and Saida can still understand what we're talking about. Okay? Next. Miscommunication is the intricate process of sharing ideas, thoughts, and information. I think there's contradicting already with the statement. Miscommunication is the intricate process of Miscommunication is an intricate process of sharing ideas, thoughts, and information. It's false. False? Ay, baliktad. No. False. False. Okay, false. Pulse. Okay. Oy, baka maiba na yung ma-pulse ha. Force. O baka maiba na rin yan. Next. Communication involves speaker preparing a message before communicating to listeners or audience. Ano to? Ganito pala. Miscommunication involves a speaker preparing a message before communicating it to listener or audience. Is it true or false? Parang, syempre, it's obvious false because communication involves a speaker. Diba? So I just add miscommunication. So it's false. It's obvious the answer is false. Diba? It's common sense. The first question is false already. So since there is the word does, meaning therefore, and it's contradicting, so I'm answering my own question. False news. Okay, false. Okay, next number. True or false? Communication runs along four pairs of dimension. Four pairs of dimension. There are four pairs of dimension daw in communication. True or false? Ala, I'm lagging? Am I lagging? Am I lagging, guys? Am I lagging? Hindi naman daw ako naglalag. Shame. Hindi daw ako naglalag. Am I lag? Wait, I'll check. I'll check. Hey, I am lagging? No, I'm not lagging. I'm not lagging. I'm moving. I'm moving. Okay, diba? Diba pag ganyan lang siya? Parang, ano siya? Koreanong nalugi. Robocop. Yung boses, sir. The boses, the audio. Okay, static po. Sir, lag minsan. Your mic po. Princess, it's lagging. Your voice, okay. So, it's robotic daw yung boses. Pasensya na. Minsan ganun talaga. Audio kasi. Okay. All I thought, I'm not moving anymore. Kasi parang ako naluging Koreano sa buhok ko. I didn't fix my hair anymore. Next. Nakagutom pala to. Nakagutom pala itong magre-review na to. Ano, mag-break muna tayo. Nag-effort pa si Sir Subo. Walang ka-effort yan. Paggising ko, ganyan na, charot. Next. So, communication runs for four pairs of dimension. Sabi, is it true or false? Bongacious. Okay, true or false? Communication runs along four pairs of dimension. True or false? There are four pairs of dimension. True. So, very true, diba? We studied that. Verbal and non-verbal, formal and informal. Okay? Ano pa? It's, ano yung report nila? Verbal, non-verbal, formal, informal. Ano pa? Intentional, unintentional. Ganun pa yung isa. Written and, ano isa? Written and verbal. Verbal and non-verbal. Formal and informal. Kalimutan ko na. Written and oral. Okay, written and oral. Tama. Written and oral. Sensya na. Thunders. Thunders na si Uncle. Charot. Okay, next. The four dimensions are strongly influenced by culture and gender. True or false? The four dimensions are strongly influenced by culture and gender. Truth. True, chu. Nagiging ano na. True. True. Is it, Yara, it's true. 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 Chuga, true. Oh, 'di ba? Masaya si Hanayan kasi may nagpa-review sa kanya. Kasi humihingi kasi siya ng reviewer, hindi siya binigyan. Ay, humingi siya ng ano pala, pointers pero hindi siya binigyan, hindi pala reviewer. Kasi ako lang palang nagpapa-review. Correct. So, next. So, take note, guys, therefore, that culture and gender really matters in the four dimensions of communication, most especially the culture, right? I've been emphasizing that. Next, verbal and nonverbal dimensions encompasses the use of language, the words chosen, and the facial expressions, and the gestures and bodily movement used. True or false? Verbal and nonverbal communications, dimension should I say, encompasses the use of language. Tama yarn. So, verbal and nonverbal dimension encompasses the use of language, the words chosen, and the facial expression and the gesture and bodily movement used. True. True. Said Josh, true. Dari said yes. Althea said tumpak ka dyan. True. Said Yara. Althea said tama yarn. Then, Yasar said facts. Okay, it's a factual information. Next, verbal and nonverbal dimension must be used separately to clearly impart the message. So it's stated here, verbal and nonverbal dimension must be used separately to clear impart to clear to clearly impart the message. Are you sure that they must be used separately? So once you're talking, then most likely you're not using your facial expression. Wrong. It's false. Di ba they are go together? Sabi ko, encompasses the use of language, the words chosen, and the facial expression. So most likely, they must be together. So faulting. Di ba? Hearsay, sabi ni Altia, Kira, opinion, okay, go. So meaning therefore it's false because it's opinion. But sometimes there are opinions who are correct also. And there are no wrong and right opinions. Since that's your opinion, you are entitled to your opinion. But don't judge someone according to your ignorance. Ah, charot. Ba't tayo napunta doon? Okay? Because of Hanayan kasi, sabi niya opinion. Okay. Next. Um, Oral dimension means the spoken communication. Is it true or false? When we say oral dimension, it means the spoken communication. True or false? True or false? Oral dimension means the spoken communication. True. Yeah. Yeah. Yarn. True. Jordan. Emoticon. Oo, das po, sabi ng nanay ko. Ano yun? Hindi ko na-gets. Kyra, hindi ko na-gets. Oo, das po, sabi ng nanay. Ano, I did not get it. Sorry. So true. Sabi ni Altia. Ala, Diyos ko po. Welcome to the LGBTQ community. May tumalsik yung laway ko. Anyway, hindi nyo naman no cap facts. Oo daw po sabi ng nanay ko. Okay. Kala ko ano yun. Kala ko what's das. Okay, next. Written dimension is the transcription of thoughts and ideas. So transcriptions, it's obvious. So how do you transcribe it? Through written, di ba? So it's obvious. The answer is true or false. Written dimension is the transcription of thoughts and ideas. Tama, sir. And it's true. Yes, it's true. Opo, opo, yes. Oo, kanya-kanyang drama. Okay? Real, so true. True. Facts. Okay. On God, true. Okay. So, kanya-kanya kayo ng ano. So, the answer is true. So, written dimension is the transcription of thoughts and ideas. Next, oral dimension pertains to the use of language and the choice of words to convey the written message. True or false? Oral dimension pertains to the use of language. Mm-hmm. Are you sure? The use of language and the choice of words. Take note, oral dimension means the spoken communication. So is the spoken communication is the use of language? What do you think? Joke is a prank. Hindi mo kami pa-prank, Jasar. Mali yung sagot mo. It's false. Jasar, you're wrong. No, it's false. So remember the difference therefore of oral dimension and what do you call this? And verbal dimension. Okay? So pag sinabi nating verbal dimension, it means the use of language and the choice of words to convey to the written message. Can you get the point? And if we say, therefore, oral dimension imparts the message on the following the principles of delivery. It's more on the body language lang siya. Okay? The spoken communication on how you enunciate it. It's not the choice of words, but it's how you enunciate it. Just like of in Filipino, we called it adobo. But if we term it, it's adobo. Charot. And then just kidding. I'm just kidding. So if I'm doing it in an oral dimension, it's adobo, not adobo. Diba? I'm just kidding. That's just a joke, okay? It's a no. So did you get the difference between oral and verbal dimension? If you say oral dimension, it imparts the message following the principles of delivery. So what are the principles of delivery? Eye contact, okay? Facial gestures, facial expressions, audible, Photoshop. Okay, did you get it? So, and if you say therefore oral communication, sorry, if you say verbal communication, it pertains to the use of language. Okay, verbal communication pertains to the use of language and the choice of words that you're gonna use. That's verbal. Diba? Kahit meron tayong tatawag na we have the so-called verbal abused. They abuse me with the words that uh, they have uh, they have told to me or the chosen of words. That's why verbal, okay, verbal. So oral, it's principle of delivery. I hope you will, what do you call this? You will remember that tomorrow. Okay, informal dimension pertains true or false. Informal dimension pertains to the use of more casual approach. True or false? Informal dimension pertains to the use of more casual approach. Truth. Truth, truth, truth. Truth, truth, truth. True? Is it true? Is it true? Ay sayang dapat pala ano ko, dapat nag-live ako na para pakantahin natin si Hanayan mamaya pero tama bigyan ng jacket niyan. O sige, speaking of jacket, oy guys, yung bayad nyo ng jacket bukas ha, 12 KD. Okay? So please write that to your diary. Tomorrow will be the payment of 12 KD jacket for your PE. And to those who are Sentinel members, would like also to order their jackets. Ay, ang dami ko na palang jackets dito ng Sentinel. Parang anim na ay, apat, anim. Parang ganun. Okay? But iba-ibang design, of course. Next. Next question. Uh, formal dimension pertains to the meticulous observation of appropriateness in dress, language, and setting. Collection yarn, sir. O hindi naman sa akin yung pera. Kung mapunta na sa akin yung pera, di walang problema. Charot. They just use me. Ginagamit lang nila ako. They are just only using me. Charot. So true. So formal dimension means the use usually the ano to? Formal dimension means the meticulous observation of appropriateness in dress, language, and setting. True, 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 true. Okay. Real. Slay. Charot. Anayan na may pa-slay-slay ka pa dyan. Ay, ang daming hashtag to. Hashtag yes, hashtag go, hashtag hashtag true, hashtag truth. Ano pa? Hashtag facts. Hashtag. Next. Dapat perfect nito ni Di Mapilis, ganun. Si ni Dari, ganun. Lahat kayo mape-perfect nyo na to. Next. It claimed that in courtesy in the Philippines, society is expressed when taking to someone specially. Sorry pala mali. Courtesy in the Philippine society is expressed when talking to someone, especially someone is in authority by looking down. So it's claimed that the courtesy in the Philippines, we usually look down when we talk to authority. True or false? Sir, may galit ka po ba sa akin? Wala. Wala akong galit sa'yo, Hanayin. Kasi kung may galit ako sa'yo, sasabihin ko sa'yo, gusto lang namin marinig ang boses mo, kaya papakantahin ka sana namin. Okay? Truth. Okay? True. So, in courtesy in the Philippines, therefore, when we talk to a higher authority or even the elders, we usually look down, okay, as pay of respect. Uh, in Western society, avoiding looking at people in the eye or looking down or around while talking to them means you are not telling the truth or you're hiding something. True or false? So in Western society, once you don't look to them eye in eye contact or just stooping down, then it means that you're not telling the truth. So totoo, sabi niya, it's true. I think that's the difference between. So that's why culture is very much important in the dimensions of communications, right? Because if you don't know the culture of someone we're talking with, then most likely, then we will be offended or we might interpret it in a wrong way. 'Di ba? Maling akala. Kasi akala mo lang totoo. Akala mo lang wala, pero meron ka na. Charot. Mm, I like the eucalyptus smell. Next, in Filipino culture, we are fond in being very wordy in our written communication. True or false? In Filipino culture, we are very fond of wordy in written communication. Just are said true. Sir, naglalag, true. Ba't yung iba true? Tapos naglalag kay Kyra, true. Sir, helicopter po, maybe. So true. Oh, Marjon is there. Mega mega love shout out to Marjon Ingles. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Marjon Ingles. So be ready na to the segment of Marjon. Mga Mars, 'di ba? Mars meaning Marjon, Marites, ganon. Understandable. Oh, go. Next. So in Western culture, direct in speaking, they are direct in speaking and they write simple letters. True or false? If in Philippine culture we are so wordy in written communication, in Western countries they write simple letters. True or false? True. Opo. And I think that's the difference again of the cultural indifferences of us, right? I think I explained this, so I don't need to elaborate it. Most especially if there's a quarrel between two lovers, then the girls usually write very long message of a single mistake, and the other counterpart of it sabi niya lang, okay, sorry. O sabi niya, yan lang ang sasabihin mo sa akin sa dami ng message kayo and so forth and so on, and that's the only thing that you're going to talk to me. Then, pag nag-explain naman yung lalaki, sabihin sa'yo, ang dami-dami mong sinasabi and blah, 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 blah. Okay? So, I think that's true. The answer is true. Either mess up or she really loves you. Oy, look, nagpaparinig si Princess. Either daw, true to life yarn. You either messed up or she really loves you. Look, oh my God. True to life story daw. Sir. Okay, next. So the most influential factor, as we learn in the discussion of dimensions of communication, is that of gender. True or false? The most influential factor, as we learn in the dimension of communication, is the is that of gender. True or false? Mali. Okay, very good. It's false. Okay, it's definitely false. So it's how about this one? Gender comes into the communication when categorize certain ways of speaking or using words as being masculine or feminine. True or false? Gender comes to into communication when we categorize certain ways of speaking or using words and being masculine and feminine. True. Okay, it's true. It's true. When apo, true. Yes po. Okay, how about this one? Paralanguage is how about it tells about how something is said or not what is said. Paralanguage is about how something is said, not what is said. True or false? Yes daw, yes. True. Dari said true. Trot. Josh said yes, sir. Kyra said when. Princess said true. How about where's Lukna? Truth. Anayan said spitting facts. Opo, yes po. Okay, the answer is yes. Paralanguage is about how something is said and not what it's said. Okay. How about this one? Um, Paralanguage is words of protest and may lose their fire when said in a meek and soft voice. So paralanguage are words of protest may lose their fire when we said it in a meek, soft voice. Look, nasan? Look is there. True. Yeah, it's true. But you need to look also. This is the answer is true. However, there are regional culture that we need to consider, just like of those Ilonggos, wherein they are soft spoken. Ay, papatayin kita, galit na ako. So it's most likely they're mad, but still they're meek. Okay, however, it lost the protest of fire, diba? Fire protest may lose their fire. So it's most likely that it lost it lose the impact of getting mad, right? If you don't assert it. But if you are Ilonggo siguro and they will tell to you that, then you will believe it. But of course, to me, who came from other regional cultural sabi niya, ay hello sir, naimbag na rabi. Das ko po. Kamukha niyo po si Sir, kamukha niyo po si Elmer, talaga. So, Elmer daw, binubully tayong dalawa. So, mataba na pala si Elmer ngayon. Ah, anyway, ayan. True or false? Haptics is the use, Haptics is the use of touch to show importance. True or false? Haptics is the use of touch to show importance. True or false? True. Sir, kayo pa ba nawawala kong ama? Halika na dito, anak. Mismo, true. Dari said true. Okay, Jill said true. Okay, very good. Haptics now is that the use of touch to show importance. How about proxemics? Proxemics is the use of space to show importance. Proxemics. Ilocano din si Hanayen. Hanayen, are you Ilocano also? So proxemics is the use of space to show importance. Proxemics, the use of species show importance through Ilocano gang. True. Yarn. True po, sir. Sino mga Ilocano dito? Who are they? I think si Zane is Ilocano also. You're. Okay, bahala na kayo dyan. Si Darius Ilocano also. Shaq Serwin. Okay. So, ang dami nyo palang mga Ilocano dito na imbag arabi yung amin. Charot. Okay. But there's no impact, ha? Maybe you claim na because Sir Romel's Ilocano, so I'm giving priority with Ilocano. No. Whatever your score, that will be your score. Diba? But I'm happy that there are a lot of Ilocanos here, of course. Okay, language. Yarn. Okay, go. Next. Language of gestures can be emphasizing, regulating, and illustrating. So the language of gestures can be emphasizing, regulating, and illustrating. True or false? We love that for us. Charot. True. So Jasar said it's true. So truth? Yes, sir. True lalo. Tama yarn. So true. Yarn. Pati na yung bunganga ko. Sumasama na sa yarn ninyo. Okay. Next. Chronemics, should I say. Chronemics refers to the way one carries and dresses himself. True or false? Oh, is it true? Refers to the way one carries and dresses himself. True or false? Totoo po ba ang pag na magaling makipag-usap? Ewan ko, malay ko. Tanungin mo si Kira. False. False. So chronemics refers to the way one carries. It's false. Okay, it's false. False. Objection relevance. Spiral galaxy. Okay, sige na. Next. Dami-dami yung sinasabi. Sakit ng lalamunan ko. Charot. True or false? Society has a strong influence on the effectiveness of nonverbal communication. True or false? Society has a strong influence on the effectiveness of nonverbal communication. Yes, sir. No cap. True. Ano to? Okay, true. Okay, the answer is true. So society has a strong influence really on the effectiveness of nonverbal communication. That's very true. So in verbal communication, the words chosen and used for message and the context in which they are used also leads to communication being effective or not. So it's claimed that verbal communication and the words chosen and used for the message and the context in which they are used also leads to communication being effective or not. True or false? Kung ang society is have an effective influence on verbal and non-verbal communication. Sabi dito, verbal communication also is pertains to ano tilapia? Ano to? Ano nang sagot na to? Ano na to? Nasaan na yung mga okay. So in verbal communication, the words chosen and use of the message and the context in which they are used also leads to communication being effective or not. True or false? Bilis. Sabi ko 8:15 ko i-review yung kabilang section, ay yung grade 12. Meron pa tayong ano na lang, 5 na lang. Ilan na? 4 na lang. Sige, next. Next na tayo. Hoy, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Subscribe na kayo kay Teacher Jen, ha? True, true. Okay, true. Very good. Ay, ba't ang bagal nito? Ewan ko sa'yo, Marjon, bahala ka sa buhay mo. Sakit ang lalamunan ko kasi sa kadadaldal. Iba na yung nasa isip mo, walang hiya ka. Next. This is the topic of look. One of the possible barriers to verbal communication are people who are participating in the interaction. True or false? True or false? One of the possible barriers to verbal communications are people who are participating in the interaction. Sir, if we pass, palibre po bubble tea. Bubble na lang. Okay, gusto niya tea. Sige, magdadala ko ng tea. I-bubble nyo na lang siya. Okay, doon tayo sa harap ng bubble tea. Maybe, false. Bahala kayo. 'Di ba? Is it, tanungin niyo si Luke, true or false, Luke? Let's see if Luke, what's the answer of Luke? Luke Labagnoy tuloy. Luke Caparos. One of the possible barriers, Luke. Luke, o wala si Luke, bahala na kayo. Sir, I'm using visit ka. I'm using the toilet daw. So true or false, Luke? One of the possible barriers to verbal communication are the people. Send proof. Hoy, kadiri, send proof daw. True. Sabi niya ni Jasar, true. Si sabi niya look true, he's not sure. Okay. So it's stated that sometimes our opinion and beliefs color our message or response. Okay, or it gives impact to our response. Our opinion and beliefs has something to do with our message or response. True or false? Suspicious yarn, kuya. True. Sabi ni Omar, true. Okay? It's definitely it's true. Okay? The beliefs and our opinions has something to do with the message and how we respond to it. Okay? Next. Topic may also present possible barriers to communication because of its vagueness or ambiguity, complexity, emotional pull, and hidden agenda. True yat. True or false? Um, Topic may also present possible barriers to communication because of its vagueness or ambiguity, complexity, emotional pull, and hidden agenda. True or false? So true. Ayan, so true. So true. How about this one? One possible barriers to communication is gender. True or false? One possible barriers to communication is gender. True or false? Dalawa na lang. Dalawang ano na lang siya, true or false ganun. Talaga? False, sabi ni Althea, false, faulting, falses, false eyelashes, false. Sabi niya, sige na lang, false na lang. Okay, false pala po. Uy, palusot. Okay, after this i-review niyo pa rin 'to, ha, after I'll say goodbye. Ano 'to, saan ako pupunta? And I'll say goodbye, charot. Then you need to review this, okay? Next. So gender is not one of the barriers, okay, in communication. Communicative situation is one possible barriers to communication. True or false? Autocorrect, sir. True singerist. Grabe. Songers. Songer pala, songers, plural form. Songer. True daw, true. Fact. So it's true that communicative situation is one possible barrier to communication. How about this one? Culture is also a possible barrier to communication. A deep truth. Oh my God. Culture is also possible barriers to communication. My God, my innocence is almost polluted na. Charot. No, no, no. So sabi niya, it's false. Culture is not a possible barrier to communication. Okay, you said it. Next, communication is a possible process. Communication is a simple process which elements, level, and dimensions. True or false? Communication is a simple process with elements, level, and dimension pala. With pala yun, not which. With level and elements, level, and dimensions. True or false? Communication is a simple process by which elements, by with, communication is a simple process with elements, level, and dimensions. True. Are you sure it's true? Are you sure it's true? Sige po, false na lang. Okay. So, it means therefore that people do not just communicate because people love to talk. They communicate for several reasons: regulation and control, social interaction, motivation, information, and emotional expression. I think this is the last group's topic. The group of Altia de Mapelis, the group of Chime, the group of Dari. Okay, charot charot lang. So people do not just communicate because people love to talk. They just communicate for several reasons: regulation and control, blah blah, and so forth and so on. So that's the end, guys, of our review. Okay, thank you so much. So please review this again, okay? Wala tayo eh, hindi ko ano, sana para one of your classmates will going to enter in our live and sing. So God bless everyone. See you tomorrow. And I hope that you will perfect. Bakasyon na. You will perfect the exam. Okay? God bless. This is your gurong vlogger ng Kuwait. O, mag-subscribe naman kayo sa aking Real Talk videos. RTV, Real Talk videos, guys. That's my own personal channel. Anyway, we will review it in that particular channel too soon. Okay, thank you so much. God bless. Bye-bye. Real Talk videos. It's Real Talk videos. RTV. Di pa ako matutulog, Dari, because I need to review also the grade 12. Okay, bye everyone. Bye. Bye.